Hi, and welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn. I want to say welcome and welcome to everyone here on the channel. No matter when you're tuning in, my readings are timeless and they'll resonate with you at the time that is appropriate for you and your journey. Okay? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell next to it so that you get email notifications. If you are returning, welcome back. I am so grateful and thankful that you have returned. I want to just explain to you, I took a little time off. I've been dealing with an eye issue for several months now. And I've been up on doctor's orders. I was told not to use the computer and the phone and all that good stuff. So that was last week. This is this week, and we're off to a new start. Before I get going, everything you need to know about me is in the box below. How to reach me and how, if you'd like to set up a free 15-minute chat, we can do so. You may be on your journey and you're not sure where things are leading or where to even begin to look. Hit me up. I'm always available to lend advice or direction. And if it's not something that you'd like to do with me, but you're looking for a practitioner or someone to train with, if you're looking at a healing modality, I know of many good people around the United States that I can refer you to. All right? Okay. So, let's get into the reading. Let's go ahead and clear the air. And then I'm going to talk about some of the astrological things that are going on for us. Okay? All right, here we go. All right, thank you. Okay, so what I keep hearing is new. That's the word that keeps reverberating. New energy. We do have a new season coming up starting on Saturday. Spring is here. And although maybe in some parts of the United States it still feels like winter is lingering, those dates kind of overlap. It's never hard and fast. So spring is here and every flower is going to bloom at that time. But it is fun to start to watch the blooms as they happen, if that's your thing. So now that spring is here, it's called the spring equinox. And if you're not sure what that means, it means that when we have an equinox, there's an equal number of days and nighttime hours on that day. And with spring, what starts to happen is that we notice that we may wake up in the dark and it stays lighter longer. However, on this Saturday, we're going to have equal hours of day and night. So be prepared, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. I always share with you which decks I'm using. So today I'm going to be using Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'm also going to be using Angel Answers. And two powerful decks. I started to go to my deck corner, and the pups were laying in front of where I keep the decks, and I was like, I don't want to wake them up. And then I looked on my desk, and I had perfect decks right here, so I was like, yay! Look at me. Yes, I am in a silly mood today. And I don't know, I've been just giddy all day. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to the sounds of a new neighbor, an owl. And I looked up which owl it might be, and I think it's the gray owl. And, I kept hearing, who? And I woke up saying, I don't know, who? And then I was like, oh, you're talking to an owl. So it's been that kind of morning. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, I hope your day started off well, and I hope that you are all healthy and well, okay, and that you're safe. And, lots is going on in the cosmos. We have the spring on Saturday, March the 20th, and that spring is sprung, and things start happening that are spring-like. Blooms start budding, um, and then opening, and birds are singing louder, and it starts to get a little warm. There's maybe a little crispness still in the air, depending on where you are. But it's a beautiful season, as each one is. Each one has its own flavor. For me as a little kid, spring was always a sign that summer vacation was coming soon. And we'd be getting out of winter. That was the two things I really liked. Okay, so today we have 4 cards that have come out in the reading. And I like these cards. These are really cool cards, especially given that this is a Thursday. And I know I don't date my readings, but I'm going to do that today, simply because I'm just coming back after being gone most of this week. And so, yeah, I like these cards. This is going to be a really cool reading. And because, I honor your time and I don't make the readings long, and I want you to get the maximum benefit and enjoy them, because I know you have other things to do. All right? Okay, so let me put on my glasses. That was one of the things the doc said. Start wearing your glasses more often for the small print. Okay, sir. All right, so the first card that comes out is the number 38, which is in numerology, is the master number 11. And so look that up. You can just put in master number 11. What does it mean? Or the meaning of. And in this deck, the card is to be fair. And let me get my trusty pointer over here. Actually, it's my wand. I'm a Virgo. And Virgos are known as doing magical things using the major arcana card, the Magician. And that's been coming out in a lot of readings that I've been doing for myself. So I thought, let me get a wand. I'll really take it up another notch. Anyway, back to the reading for today. If we notice, on the top of her head sits an owl. And she looks very balanced here. On one side, she has a fortune cookie. And on the other side, it looks like she has either an egg or a crystal. And Spirit is right there, okay? Be fair. Fairness isn't always easy for us to do. Fairness sometimes means that we have to step outside of our comfort zone and really understand that we must give in to whatever's going on, that we must look at it as a spiritual lesson, as all lessons are, and we need to look at it as, okay, be fair to whom? First, we should be fair to ourselves. Fairness, too, is all about balance. It's about justice. It's about not necessarily justice in the sense of right and wrong, but from the perspective of considering other options, other perspectives. And when we allow ourselves to do that, we can start to look at things from a place of empowerment, because we're not holding ourselves as the jury and the judge and the executioner. We're doing what is right for us. And that is most important, is to start to look at what is right for you and really start to evaluate what direction would you like to go in? Would you like to go in the direction of being more kind and more loving and less fearful? Or would you like to go in the direction of, I'm gonna get back at them. I'm gonna take revenge. I'm going to, go in the direction of, remember, we talked about 2 different energies here on this planet, fear and love. What direction are you going in? Only you can make that decision. No one else can make that choice for you. Now you can say they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that, and I feel that I was justified in how I responded. That's a choice. Can also go from a position of looking at it as that is the level of their pain, and thank them for showing you at what level they are pained. And then making a decision for yourself. Are you going to respond to that? Or are you going to step back and maybe take a few more steps back and maybe step away for a while to come back with a new energy or to keep going on your journey? Remember, other people's growth is their choice, how they choose to see things. I had someone recently who's a Leo tell me that they finally had realized that they can give opinions, but they can't make other people do what they think is right. And I said, well, because that's not the choice of that person. That's you telling them what you think is right. And it may be right for you. That doesn't mean it's right for them. So there's an idea of how do we make our lives, our own lives, healthier and happier and more harmonious? And that's something to start thinking about. You know, I know probably every month you hear, oh, new beginning, oh, new beginning, oh, time to release, especially around the new and full moons. It is also, look at it from this perspective of, it is also a time that you've been given by the universe, by the divine, to make a choice. Do I want a new beginning? Do I desire to let go and release and surrender? These are all choices, and we make that choice every day. This morning I was reading online and it said, you know, today is a new day and I'm making a choice. I am making a choice. I choose to be happy. It's a choice. And you have that choice just like everyone else. Choose wisely, okay? So the next card that's coming out is Milk and Honey. And here we see a cup of, it looks like porridge, or maybe it's a beverage, because I see milk next to it. And times of milk and honey. I can remember growing up hearing about if you went to heaven, it was going to be a time of where the streets flowed with milk and honey. And I thought, gosh, what sticky streets are those? How do you drive down those streets? Mind you, I was a little kid now. And I didn't know it was a metaphor, nor had I heard the word metaphor. But start to think about, how do you wish to, remember we just talked about choices, how do you wish to see prosperity in your life? Because that's what this is showing. Whenever there's a rainbow, what's at the end of the rainbow? A pot of gold. What is a pot of gold? It's about prosperity. It's about a future. It's about trusting that all your needs will be met. Trusting that the universe has your back. And so, consistent with be fair, being kind to yourself is also a way of really, really honing in on the universe having your back. And understanding that, yes, the dark time may be dark, and we can say the universe has our back, but what action are we taking to align with that? Are we staying stuck and sitting in our chairs at home going, well, I asked the universe, I worked with my angels, and nothing happened? And then, why not? Did you even show up? There's more to the just asking. There's another part. It's called action. You've got to take action in your life. And when you take action, what that signals to the universe, the divine, your creator, what that signals is, you recognize that you are co-creating with the universe. And that's important. The next card that comes up is regeneration, number 46, which when we add the numbers together give us a 10, which comes down to the number 1. 1, new beginnings, new starts, fresh start. So you can start right where you are today. You don't have to wait until the right day, the right hour, the right moment. Start today, because the next card that comes out is co-create, the number 40, which comes down to the number 4, which is all about metaphysics and co-creation. So who are you co-creating with? These beautiful animals on here. Again, we have the owl showing up. Funny, because this morning at 4:40, that's what woke me up. And I got up and I was like, I didn't remember off the top of my head because I was still a little foggy from waking up so abruptly. And because I woke up saying, who, what is it, who? in response to the owl. And I looked it up and I was reminded that when owls show up, it's all about them reminding you to set positive, strong boundaries. And by setting positive, strong boundaries, you are also being fair and kind to yourself. And you are also co-creating with the universe, because you're getting ready for a new beginning. And that's where we're at right now, especially with spring on Saturday, Aries starting on, I think it's Sunday. And Aries is all about action, taking action. So I hope you've been doing the getting ready for spring, cleaning up, opening the windows, letting in some fresh air, smudging your places once they're clean, and really putting the clutter to the side. Now, if you need to, get some bags, like you get bags for the grocery store, get some bags, put your extra clutter in that. Set it in a corner, set it in a closet. Put it on your calendar to go back and look at that clutter. 30 days from now, 10 days from now, 5 days from now. And go through it. What did you really need? But get the clutter out of the way. Really declutter so that your home starts to reflect the world you would like to build around you. If you want a peaceful, more harmonious inner being, your environment has to be set for that. If you'd like to have a more I keep hearing kind-hearted response from the universe. How are you being kind to yourself if you're living in clutter? How are you being kind to yourself if you've not washed your sheets or put new sheets on the bed? How are you being kind to yourself? So grab all of those clothes that need to be washed and make a day of it. Make a day of redoing your closets. Maybe it's too early to bring in the summer clothes if you're not fortunate enough to be able to go from one side of the room to the other for spring and summer. And winter and fall is on one side. I once lived in a house where I had that option. And that was really cool because that meant I didn't have to go to this side of the room during the summer and spring. And I didn't have to go to this side of the room during fall and winter. And it was, it was nice. It's nice balance. I know I'm being silly and goofy. We don't all have those options, and especially given many of us live in apartments or co-ops or condos where we may not have that kind of space. But maybe start to just look at, hey, some of this clutter I can donate. Someone else may need it. One man's junk is another man's treasure. So start to look at that. Start to look at, hey, maybe you have all this paper sitting around. Do you need to have some of it shredded? Do you really need all of that hanging around? Do you really need to go through it and get your things out for taxes? Because this is also tax season's coming up, or we're in the middle of it. Start to pull your records together. Get some folders. You don't have folders? I tell you what, you don't have money for folders? Take a piece of paper like this and wrap it around the sheets you do have, and that can be your folder for the time being. And just fold it in half. And you can write on the front, hey, this is to-do list. Let's get creative, but let's start cleaning up our environment. Because when we make room in our environment, we also make room within ourselves. And when we open up space within ourselves, space within our environments, what starts to happen is new opportunities, new possibilities. Looking for a new job? Clean up your house. Looking for a new relationship? Clean up your house. looking to improve your job or improve at your home or improve in a relationship. Clean up your house. And I know you're like, Carolyn, stop it. I promise you, when you start to be able to see the top of a desk, when you can see no dust, no, dirt on your carpets, start to then look at how your brain feels, how your mind feels, how your body feels. Evaluate, how do I feel in my space? If you don't like it, change it. And I'm not saying go out and buy everything brand new or throw everything out the window. But you can, you don't like your couch? Do you have a quilt? Do you have a towel? Do you have a blanket that you like? Well, shape it around the couch. Refresh the look of your space. Some people have like different pillows they bring out for spring or different pillows for summer. Start to look at that. If you can't afford anything or you can only afford very little, start to shop at secondhand shops. Start to look at, say, Old Navy. Start to look at Salvation Army. Start to look in different places that you might not have looked before. And really, before you bring it in your home or situate anything new in your home, whether it's from a store, wherever you've got it or someone gave it to you, you can also look at neighborhood yard sales. That just came in my mind. Let it get cleared. Now, there's several ways you can clear an item. Set it outside in the sun. Get a smudge stick like sage, incense, and go around the chair. Go around the whole chair, underneath. Turn it over. Get to know what this is. Start to do that in your home. When you're smudging your home, yes, it's easy to walk from room to room to room. Don't forget, go underneath furniture. Don't forget, do the closets. Don't forget, and be careful, make sure you have something to catch the ash so you don't set anything on fire, because that's not going to help you. But start to really look at, how do I want my home to smell? You can look online and see how to make up cleaners that you can use in your home that work. Someone said to me the other day, well, unless I walk in my house and it doesn't smell like bleach, it ain't clean. I said, bleach, really? You can clean it with bleach first and then go over it with a lemon scented something. You can make your own scent. You can use spring water and an essential oil and get the same thing. You can use fresh lemons in a water and put it in a spray bottle. And just take your time and gently just spray. Spray the air. Leave it sitting so that you can spray again when you come in the next day. Oh my goodness, what a difference that'll make. The scent of something citrusy really raises your vibration, it raises your mood, and it really, really helps the environment. It doesn't always have to be a cleaner. Those sometimes can be harsh on us and our environment. Okay? Now, here's a card that we all love. We love to hear yes. Okay? So if you're really looking to see how things can start to turn around in your life, how you can begin this new adventure, start to say yes to yourself. Start to say yes to the universe. And start to really notice the difference. Because the next card that comes out says, look for a sign. Look for a sign. Now with the angels, that sign could be a rainbow. It could be a bird that comes and sits on your windowsill. It could be the first flower that blooms. Look up and see what that flower it symbolizes. It could be a song on the radio. You might find coins on the ground. You might start to see more feathers showing up in your life. I know when I ask the angels, and sometimes I ask, did you forget me? And then all of a sudden I'll be walking along, like I was the other day. I was walking down the beach, and all of a sudden there was nothing but feathers everywhere. I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. Always say thank you. Because here's the deal. If you don't put in the work and you're not willing to co-create with the universe and you're just sitting back waiting for the universe to show up and give you something, that doesn't work. Because the next card shows up, says it's unlikely. You can still do your part. You have to do your part. That's part of co-creating. It doesn't just happen. I had a client tell me a few months ago, she says, well, I talked to God, I talked to my creator, talked to the angels, told them what I wanted, didn't happen. I said, okay, what action did you take? Oh, that's what I was supposed to do? Yes, that's what it's called. Co-create. It doesn't just fall out the sky and hit you in the head. You've got to do your part in it. And also look at when we start to co-create, when we do declutter, when we do make room for new things to come into our lives, be it relationships, people, money, prosperity, abundance, guess what happens? We get improved health. Who doesn't want improved health? You put it in the comments if you don't want improved health. I bet I don't get one comment about it, because everyone wants to be healthy. And the best way to be healthy is start to watch what you're putting in your mouth. If you're a junk food addict, you might need to throw all that stuff away. If you can't get away without having a fizzy drink, you might start to look at why. Yeah, it may make you feel better, but is it really making you feel better? Having a bottle of water and starting to drink water a lot, add a little lemon to it if you want some taste. Add cucumbers to it if you want some taste. If you want to, you can still drink healthy things. It doesn't have to be something like Coca-Cola, and I love a good Coke. A cold Coca-Cola, oh my goodness. I woke up the other couple of weeks ago wanting a Coca-Cola float, and I was like, girl, go back to sleep. You do not need that, even though you might think it's a good idea. Start to look at what you're eating. People have, someone said to me, well, I had a healthy salad. I said, okay, great. What was in the salad? And so they went through everything they put in the bowl and how it was so wonderful. I said, now, what did you put over it? Oh, I went and got this, and what they told me was it was super unhealthy salad dressing. I said, okay, have you ever investigated what's in it? Well, it came out of a bottle. I said, I know it did. Do you know you can make your own? I said, and it has, what you're making has no chemicals in it. Remember, they have to put chemicals in a salad dressing so it can sit on the shelf. Start looking at what you can do naturally. You can take herbs and put them in a bottle along with some olive oil and a little vinegar and shake it up. You can have a rosemary salad dressing. You can use any number of herbs. You can add a combination. You can also have it dry. And then you really taste the real essence of the salad. Talking about wanting to live longer, that's one way you can do it and have improved health. And then start to watch how your health improves across the border. And some people will say, well, I did it when I lost weight, but after I lost weight, I didn't want to continue doing it. And then I put the weight back on. I think you just answered your question, how the weight got back. So I'm not saying I don't love a good potato chip every now and again, but I don't think I've had a good potato chip. I don't think I've had a good potato chip in over 2 years. I love potato chips. Just stopped one day and said, I'm not eating this. After I gave it up for 30 days, all of a sudden I didn't want it. So start to look at how you can begin to improve your life on your own. That is why you're here. We are human beings here having a spiritual adventure. No one else can do it for you. Your doctors can tell you what to do. They can't make you do it. Your parents can tell you what to do. They can't make you do it. You have to, we're all grown-ups on this channel. Grow up and start to make choices where you are being fair to yourself so that you can have improved health, because that's important. I want everyone out there to be healthy, to be safe, and to recognize that it's all up to you. Co-creating, let's get going. Start taking action. Great to acknowledge it by speaking to your creator and the divine. Becoming aware of it is great. Now the third A, take action. So we have awareness, acknowledgement, action. Let's go. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up. Share it with somebody who might need to be uplifted today. And thank you. And come on back tomorrow for the weekend read. Take care. Stay healthy.